Well, hello everybody. Welcome to
Hey,
Afro Gooners TV. My name is Nelson, and my brother's name is
my name's Eddie.
yes. And we're going to talk about every and anything that has to do with Arsenal Football Club. So yeah, we've been meaning to do this for a while, right, Eddie?
Yeah, I have been. We have been excited about talking about everything we enjoy, that is football and Arsenal. And
Yeah.
it came to us like, why not go ahead and start talking about it and share our thoughts with you guys? So hope you enjoy.
And you know what? We have to say, it's important that we're real with everyone. We we love. We're big fans of Arsenal Fan TV, AFTV, and my brother and I were talking earlier today about the things that we watch on AFTV. We do every day. We call each other and talk about Arsenal every day. So why not just record ourselves talking about Arsenal for your viewing pleasure?
Yeah, and here let's dive into it without any further ado. So
Okay.
the new season starts tomorrow at 7:30. Arsenal is the
Yes.
first game. We play Fulham tomorrow morning. Fulham are a team that just got promoted from the championship division, so they have
Hmm.
a lot to prove. So I guess before we even delve into like Arsenal versus Fulham, what do you think the starting lineup will be when we play Fulham tomorrow, Nelson?
Well, that's a challenge. Reason being, I don't even know who's going to stay because from last season, our starting goalkeeper and someone that the Arsenal fans had built a lot of trust in was Emiliano Martinez,
Yeah,
and but there are rumors right now that he might be going to, I believe, Aston Villa, and
yeah.
so. Is he going to start? Is he not going to start? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I think regardless of whether he goes to Aston Villa, he has to
Yeah.
start. He has been exceptional. He's the reason why we won the Community Shield. He's the reason why we won the FA Cup. He's our
Yeah.
best goalkeeper right now on paper. So I think he should start.
You think he's better than Leno?
I think he's more complete goalkeeper. Leno was a good shot stopper with good reactions, but I think Martinez commands the defense. His presence gives
Mm.
the calm and confidence to the center backs, and also he's good with his feet. That's one of the in order to play Arteta ball, you have to be able to pass the ball out of the back under pressure. One
Mm.
thing Leno always did when he had the ball is that he gave me a heart attack every time he had the ball and he was trying to pass the ball to Mustafi.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!"
Yeah.
But with Martinez, all those fears and concerns have been at least reduced. So I think he should start.
But is it so? Is it? I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you. But is it fair to judge Leno off the previous regime's tactics that were put in place that maybe did not let him thrive as a kicker of the ball? Because there's something Arteta, like if you watch like YouTube videos that break down the formations and the tactics, Arteta has a definite way he wants his goalkeepers to play out of the back,
Exactly.
and Martinez under Arteta really thrived, and I would say Leno too under Arteta really thrived, but he hasn't had that much time compared to Martinez to work with Arteta. So, you know, he needs
I
time
get,
too.
I get your point. I get your point. But you can only judge what's in front of you. And what we've seen
True.
so far of Martinez has been convincing, right? But what
Mm-hmm.
we've seen of Leno, based on it doesn't matter if it's based on when Emery was there or when Ljungberg was there. What we saw of him was that when it comes to passing out of the back, he was suspect. So
True.
if
True.
we have someone that is a good goalkeeper that can pass the ball out of the back, why change
Yeah.
things up? And then
Yeah.
create more confusion in the back. So for me, Martinez should get the nod. So I mean, I don't know if you agree, but I think
Oh,
Martinez should
I
get the.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Actually, my main thing for Martinez, and I'll give you my starting lineup, and you give me yours, and then
Okay.
we'll compare notes. Um, I still think we have to go with a 3-4-3, three in the back. I don't think.
Okay.
I think, and so I will say in goal, and I'll give my reasons why I put each player where I put them. But I'll say
Okay.
in goal, I'll put Martinez because I
Okay.
believe not just his kicking, but also his command of the box. The English game
Okay.
is very physical. So his
I
command
agree.
of the box, I give Martinez the nod. Even though I think Leno is a great keeper, but just me personally, I feel more comfortable with Martinez.
Okay.
Um,
I agree.
in the three in the back, on the right side, I will start William Saliba.
Okay.
On the because that's what he was bought for. I will
Yeah.
start William Saliba. On the left, I will start Gabriel Magalhaes. I think that's how you say his
Okay.
name.
Yeah, Magalhaes or
Yeah.
Maitland now.
I'll start
Gabriel.
Gabriel
Okay.
on the left, and then in the middle I will put. Now there was some rumors that David Luiz was injured, like a neck issue.
Yeah, neck injury for like 8 weeks, something like that. That's
Eight
what I
weeks.
read. It could.
Oh,
That's what I read. It could be up to 8 weeks.
okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then I would, because you want the person in there to be very good at reading the game and being able to spray passes. But I would say put if Luis cannot play, I will put Rob Holding there. But if Luis
Okay.
can play, I'll stick Luis there because of his passing range and his read of the game.
Yeah. Okay. I
So
agree.
that's three in the back. So you with that too? Are those your?
I agree with you with three in the back. I think Magalhaes, it might be too early for him to start on the left back because he hasn't played with the team yet in a game. And
Yeah,
Tierney so far has been doing that job exceptionally well.
yeah.
So I think, if he's been doing well in practice and Arteta believes he can start in that position, then fine, because that's what he was bought for, to play that position. So it frees up Tierney to play the left wing back, left wing or left wing back or left back position if we're playing four in the back or if we're playing three in the back.
Hmm.
But I think right now, though, if it were just based on players, based on their form, Tierney should probably start instead of Magalhaes because he hasn't played with the team yet in a
True.
game against a Premier League opponent, even though Fulham are from Champions League, the Championship. But yeah,
But I actually thought like you too. But I'm like, what better game to put Gabriel in than? Now, don't get me wrong. No disrespect to Fulham, but if you had to compare the challenge of a Fulham versus the challenge of a Liverpool, I'll probably say put Gabriel in for the Fulham game, and
yeah,
and let that be his baptism by fire. I mean, but
true.
but you,
Yeah,
you
I
can't go
agree.
wrong
I
with
agree.
Tini. So
I
I'll
agree.
put Gabriel there. But I see. I agree with you. Tini can play that just fine. Now in the four in the midfield, I will put on the right side. I think Hector Bellerin is leaving. I personally feel more comfortable with Maitland-Niles. Stick Maitland-Niles right there on the right side. On the left side, now I will put Tierney there,
Okay,
right? And then I'll put in midfield. I'll put Xhaka and Ceballos.
of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. For
unless we have someone's party by tomorrow morning at 7:30, then yeah.
it's like party. We need you.
The party doesn't start without you.
The party doesn't start without you. There's no party like a Thomas party. Oh, let me stop. But you definitely put party in the no party. Put Ceballos and Xhaka because of their
Xhaka, yeah,
chemistry
I agree.
in the middle. Yeah, El Nene can stay in the bench. I don't want him anywhere unless we need to do a job. Someone extra guy in the midfield to just kind of protect what we have. But
Yeah,
Xhaka and Ceballos and the top three kind of pick themselves out. Even though I feel that top three will be modified over the course of the season, but put Aubameyang on the left of that front three because the way Arteta plays, those wingers kind of like Liverpool. Those wingers make those underlapping runs right
mm,
between the full backs and the center backs, and to create that space to run into the balls like Luis. So put
mm.
Aubameyang on the left. Uh, I don't mind going with William on the right, uh, but I could go with Pepe too. So Aubameyang or William or Pepe on the right. I'll probably go for Pepe, and
Mm.
then in the middle I'll put Lacazette.
Okay, I agree with everything you said, except for I think I would probably start. I agree. Aubameyang should be on the left because he's been very lethal for us on the
Hmm.
left, and I want Pepe to start the game. Pepe is my guy, man. I don't care what
Yeah,
anyone says. I don't care about his season last year. I think this is his year.
he
This
had a
is his
great
year to
season
give.
last year.
Yeah, but he wasn't as prolific as he was in the French league. But he started off a little slow. He ended playing well, especially in the FA Cup final. But I
Hmm.
think Pepe will be the salt and Pepe for our team this season. You know, I think
Salted.
Pepe I think Pepe on the right wing is a must. Is a must. But my only
Okay.
concern now is that now we need to do something with Saka. Yeah, I think Saka in the
Yeah.
field gives us gives us more creativity, and Willian also is important too. So what I might do to change things up is that in your formation where you have Ceballos and Xhaka in the middle, hear me out here. I might. Oh man, I like that Ceballos and Xhaka combination. You know, Ceballos is my favorite player right
Is,
now.
is he? I didn't know. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
Donnie
Sabahs.
Ceballos. I love that guy. But I think I might start with Willian and Ceballos because we have those legs that can those intricate passes, and Xhaka's not as mobile. You know, I know Arteta is gonna go with Xhaka and Ceballos, but I think if it were me, I would start with Willian and Ceballos in the middle and almost have it like Willian playing the attacking position, Ceballos playing like the deep line playmaker behind Willian. This way we can also have Pepe playing on the left as well. We have people that are good on the ball that can create spaces for Lacazette and Aubameyang that are running in. But I might not even go for with Lacazette up top. As much as I hate this person, no, I don't hate him as a person. I think he seems like a good guy. And he has my name as well, so I don't really hate him. But yeah. Eddie Nketiah, man, I think he played Eddie. He played well. He played well against the under 21.
Yes, he did.
He played well. He had a hat trick, like a hat trick.
And then another goal,
header. Yeah, and then a goal the next game. So he scored 4 goals in 2 games. He's clinical right now, and why not just perpetuate that playing style or that confidence and put him again in the first game of the season, and hopefully he scores some goals for us. And he has that like Arteta mentality. He's always working. He's a workhorse. So if we put him right above Willian behind him, Ceballos behind Willian on the right. You know, Maitland-Niles on the right, on the left, Tierney on the left, then Pepe on the as a right forward, Aubameyang as a left forward. I think we have a lot more legs in our team. And Fulham, they strike me as a very, very physical team. And but you can't hit what you can't catch. You know, you can't hit what you can't catch. Players like Xhaka for this game, I feel like he could get found out. You know, because he's physical, but he's slow. So once they nip the ball from him and they're gone, he's not gonna. He falls behind. But that's my only additions. I would tweak. I would change Eddie Nketiah up top. I put William in for Xhaka, but have the 4 in the middle. But William play more as an attacking, and Ceballos more as a deep line. Midfielder. That would be what I would do.
I can dig it. So let's go from there to new signings. So we kind of hinted it with Partey. So I'll pitch you this question, and you tell me what you think, and I'll tell you what I think. So the two signings that we've kind of addressed our defense. We have pace now. We have physicality. In that defense, we have also the ability to read the game with Luis, and I think with Saliba too. He has that in him. But our midfield is an area that we're still lacking a lot of physicality and legs, like you said. So the 2 players that have been pitched to us now in a perfect world, we get the 2 players. That's Hossein Aouar from Lyon and Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid. But in the perfect world, we get both players. But if you had to pick one of those 2, let's say you are Arteta, and I said, Eddie, pick one of those players to get in your team. We only have money for one player. Who do you pick?
There's only one person that can bring the party, man. Only one person that can bring the party to Arsenal. Like we have, I think when we get Martinelli back, he's very creative, similar in a way to Aouar, but not really Aouar. Right, we have Ceballos.
They're different. They're very different.
Yeah, but similar in the sense that he can keep the ball in tight spaces. But Aouar can pick passes out. He's good on the ball. Can create more for his team. But Martinelli's a driver with the ball, and Aouar can run with the ball too. That's why I mean they're similar. They're also similar in other ways as well. But but I would say that for me though, Partey is what we've been missing since we lost Vieira.
Yep, I agree.
Since Vieira left Arsenal, went to Man City, right? Played there for a bit. Vieira went to Man City, right?
Did he go to Man City? He did go to Man City. Yeah.
He went to Man City.
Oh man, I feel like I should know this off the top of my head.
I feel like it needs to be verified.
I'm looking at it right now, but go ahead.
Yeah, since Vieira left Arsenal, we missed that not even creative, that grit, that steel in our midfield. That presence. Did he go to Man City? Was I wrong? Was that someone else?
I see. He was. I know he was part of their coaching staff, but I think he also. I could
have sworn you played there, but anyway. But we missed Vieira. Yeah,
he did play.
Yeah, he left Arsenal. Okay, so we missed that presence of in midfield. And I think
Mm.
Thomas Partey can bring that back to Arsenal. Like he brings that skill. Like sometimes you have to win games ugly. Sometimes you have to beat up the other team's midfield to win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't all be flair and tiki taka football. If it were, then Barcelona would have beaten Bayern Munich. You know, they would have lost 8-2. If it were flair and nice touch and nice,
Tiki
sexy
taka.
football,
Yeah.
then Man City would have crushed every single team. But
Well,
sometimes
they,
you
they
gotta,
did last year.
yeah, but not the Champions League though, and they
True,
didn't crush
true,
Liverpool. They didn't crush Liverpool either. You know,
true,
so
true.
and that's what separates Liverpool. Liverpool has the Fabinho in their midfield. They have the Wijnaldum in their
Wijnaldum,
midfield. Those
Henderson.
guys, Henderson, those guys can
Yeah.
get dirty and they can fight.
Yes.
You know, they can grind out wins. So I think for me, there's no party without Thomas Partey.
I agree with
What
you.
about you?
I think I
Okay.
think I think if I had to pick between the two, don't get me wrong, Hosemawa is class. I mean, the thing that people don't realize, the intangibles with him that I see more than his playing is his mentality. He's 22 years old and he's the captain of Lyon. Like think about that. Like Arsenal has lacked leadership for years, right?
Mhm.
And it's like for me, when I look at a player, I always look at the character of the player. That's why I was always a big fan of like the fighters, people that fight. Like they don't see fear
Yeah.
in their eyes. Like I love a fighter. And for someone who's 22 years old to be the captain of a Champions League semi-final team tells you about that person's character. But
Sure.
Arsenal have a bunch of leaders within the team now. I think the team that Wenger left compared to the team now has changed. We have a bunch of leaders within the team. David Luiz, even Xhaka himself,
Mhm.
Aubameyang. Now we have a bunch of leaders within the team that give the team that identity and that fight. But I think
Exactly.
Thomas Partey is what the team needs now because even though we have leadership within the team, we need legs in that middle and
Yeah.
presence. Like
Yeah.
we don't want to give any team an inch in that middle. Like when you play Liverpool, they don't give you an inch in that middle. Like
Yeah. As soon as they lose the ball, they get it back. As soon
they
as they
get
lose
it
the ball, they
back.
get it back. Yeah.
That's because
Yeah.
they have workers, and we
Yeah.
have Xhaka who is slow. We have no, don't get me wrong. Xhaka has his skills. He like Liam Nielsen. He has a skill set. Um,
Mhm.
but but for what Arsenal needs to be a lot more dynamic, I think Thomas Partey is the guy. So
Agreed. Agreed. So now let's talk about Aubameyang. Aubameyang.
Obama who?
Exactly. That's what Troop says.
Oh,
Aubameyang
by
though.
the way, you know Troop is coming to New York.
Apparently, yeah, that's cool. I'm happy for it.
Yeah.
But about Aubameyang though, you think he's gonna sign a contract? Like, what's going on? Why is the contract taking so long for him for them to announce that he signed a new contract?
Someone was saying I was watching a YouTube clip today, and someone was saying that they believe that the contract has been signed a while ago, and that Arsenal's PR is just trying to announce it right before the Fulham game to just kind of give everyone the good vibes. You know,
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know how much credence I give to that, but from his behavior and mannerisms and what Arteta is saying and what the Vinay, this I think the CFO or CEO is saying, it sounds like it's a done deal already.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think, and this is just me just purely speculating, because everyone already says he's already signed the contract. He's gonna sign the contract. I think the most recent press release by Arteta was that Arsenal fans should be relaxed because
yeah,
there's nothing to worry about.
yeah.
But I think here's what I think. I think maybe Aubameyang is holding out to see that we have an intent in this transfer window.
Mm,
That we get like a Thomas Partey, we get like maybe a Thomas Partey and an Hosam Awa combined
mm,
together, and that with with the Willian and then Gabriel Mangalés. Like, all right, you guys have done what you need to do to show me that we have an intention of doing something well this season.
mm,
I'll sign a contract, and maybe him holding out, maybe even him holding out is like Arteta's way of making the
mm.
board do something. Arteta's telling, hey, don't sign it yet because we're waiting. We need the board to act, and if you sign it, the board will be less likely to act. So he's not
Wow.
signing as a way of causing the board to act or do something to make the team more prominent and have more of a presence moving forward. That's just my
Mm.
speculation, but
That's
you never
nice
know.
conspiracy theory. I like
I'm,
that.
I'm just an Afro Gooner. I'm just an Afro Gooner.
I never considered that. I would be inclined to believe you if that was Jose Mourinho. Gang, he should never come near our club. I don't
We
think.
don't know. We don't know how Arteta works.
Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit, but he just strikes me as a straightforward kind of person. That he's what you see is what you get, and
Yeah.
he does strike me as a very good man manager. But I don't think I could be wrong. But I don't. It doesn't seem like the kind of person that will meddle in a player's like the psychology of a player's livelihood. Like it doesn't seem
Sure.
like that kind of person. But hey, but I like your conspiracy theory, and I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna run with it.
Could be. What conspiracy theory do you have for Ozil and Guendouzi and their potential inclusion in our team?
I had a soccer game last night, and there's the guy I play against. Name is Brad. He's a good friend of mine. He's actually a gunner. He's actually a Gooner too. I'm actually get him on this show one day. But he and I were talking about the team, and I personally I like Guendouzi. I think there's a footballer in there. You can't deny that. There's a footballer in there. There's a footballing brain in there. There's also a fight he has. And there's a lot to learn too. He's very young. There's a lot to learn. But I feel like his blessing could also be his curse. The fight that he has within him, the intensity with which he plays the game, could be his downfall, which was his downfall with Arteta
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
Brighton game. But I think he has to learn, and I will challenge the Lacazettes and the Aubameyang to, big brother, take him under their wing, scold him, chastise him, love on him, and let him understand that he's got a great opportunity here. He doesn't want to squander it, and
Yeah.
to play for a team like Arsenal, or even if he goes to PSG or whatever, like you will still have coaches that demand highly of you. And if you
Yeah.
clash with every coach you have, before you know it, you're in the lower leagues and you're out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. You should ask Frimpong how that worked for him.
Frimpong and Wilshire were a tandem.
May they rest in peace.
Man, that's a whole other topic.
That's a whole other topic, man. But
Yeah.
we kind of touched on the formation that you think they're going to play tomorrow. Or you also touched on like what we think about Aubameyang and his position and his contract.
Mhm.
Now, I'm curious what you think about just for the season,
Mhm.
Arsenal's potential for the season, 2020, 2021 season. Be as honest as you can, even though you're a Gooner.
Mhm.
Where do you think we're going to finish at the end of the season?
I can say this much. I can say we're not going to finish first.
Ah, come
And
on.
no, no, I'll rationalize. I'll rationalize out loud. We're not going to finish first, obviously, because I think Liverpool, Man City, light years ahead of us in terms of the squad. They're settled in their philosophy and their identity. They know who they
Okay.
are, and they've added to their not so much Liverpool, but to an extent Liverpool has. With Minamino and all those players they brought in towards last season, they will come to fruition this season. And Man City has brought some new players too. I feel like I feel like I feel like we can't do worse than eighth. So
Eight, eight.
I know we were eighth this last season, right? So my prediction, and I could be slightly biased because I'm a Gunner, is that we'll come in fourth.
Fourth. Okay. I'm researching let me just make sure.
Why are you researching?
Um,
I think because I think it's between Man City and Liverpool first, and I think Chelsea they're flattering to deceive. Is that a term, flatter to deceive? Yeah.
I see it. I see your point.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea look good. They look great.
Hmm.
Well, on paper because of who they've brought into the team, they look great. Um, I think Man City are always going to look like Man City, but I think Man City are falling off. Like they don't have a defense. Like even they
Mm.
don't. They're nothing to be afraid of anymore. Everyone knows how to beat them now. Look at
Mm.
the Champions League. Look at how Arsenal played them. People know how to beat them. So, and I think a lot of teams are going to pack it in when they play against Man City. Like there's one game playing style. You pack it in, frustrate them, and have faster strikers than they have defenders, and you get chances on goal. Okay,
Mhm.
so I think Man City are not going to. You people might disagree with me because everyone loves Man City and Kevin De Bruyne. Trust me, I'm Kevin De Bruyne's biggest fan.
Mhm.
But I think Man City might end up being third.
Really?
Yeah, heard. I think Man City might end up being third. Honestly, I think Liverpool or Chelsea might be first and second.
I disagree
Liverpool.
with you on Chelsea.
I think it's because here's what I'm
Tell,
thinking.
tell me why. Tell me why.
Yeah, I think Chelsea they have a lot of they have a lot more now at their disposal. Right, they have a lot of world class players, even though they're coming into a new league. But they have a lot of world class players, and they have a pretty decent bench too. You know, their bench isn't thin, and to go through the entire Premier League season, you need depth. You know, you need
True.
depth.
True.
Yeah, and I think they have the depth right now that it takes to compete for the entire season. And and they have the quality in their first team right now. Pulisic is very underrated.
I
Pulisic is
agree.
very underrated. I think he's like, I mean, as much as like it pains me to say this as a Nigerian, Pulisic is good. He's good.
Why does it pay you as a Nigerian?
Because most Nigerians don't think Americans are good soccer players. but, but he's good, man. The guy can ball.
Yeah.
So I think maybe because of how he plays and with the addition of Timo Werner, Ziyech, and you have Havertz. You know,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
have,
Ziyech.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
going to be good. I think Man City might be Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, either first, second, third, all together.
But here's my question for you. Chelsea had this issue in the first half of last season where they just could not score, right? So now they've addressed that with offensive players, Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Ziyech, and with the crew they had there already. But people are forgetting that something that rescued Chelsea at a point when they could not score was a traditional English type striker called Giroud. Because against a lot of Premier League teams, Man City is victim to that. Even Liverpool does not. They don't beat you with tiki-taka football. They are very direct, right? And they have wingers that can finish. And sometimes Liverpool can mix it up. They can do a lot of goals they had was from crosses, from Robertson and what's his name, Trent Alexander. But I don't feel like. I feel like with Giroud leaving, because I think Giroud is going to Juventus. If I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken,
I'm not sure. I don't think he's leaving. I read today that he might be staying at Chelsea.
Well, if he's staying, then they're very top heavy. But what have they changed in their back line that will not still leak in goals?
Thiago Silva.
He's 35. He's 36, 37 years old.
I mean, we have David Luiz. Right? If you want the FA Cup.
But Brazilian, right?
I know, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Chelsea will do well. Maybe I'm overhyping them, but I think to answer your initial question, I think Arsenal's place is going to be. I see us coming either third or fourth. I think we'll do well. We'll push the top two. If we win tomorrow's game convincingly and we play a style of soccer or style of football, let me not say soccer, style of football that shows intent, I think we'll do well the season. I think. So I'm taking the third or fourth.
Speaking of that, what's your prediction for tomorrow's game?
Tomorrow, 4-1 Arsenal.
You're very, 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 very optimistic.
I'm a Gooner. 4-1 Arsenal. What's your prediction?
Whew. I actually kind of think we're going to keep a clean sheet.
Okay.
I don't know why I think so. I think it'll be very modest 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay. That's good.
Because I think initially it's going to be both teams will not want to make a mistake, right? In the first 15 minutes, it's going to be going hard. No one wants to make a mistake, so it's going to be very tentative. But I think once everything settles, then our quality will shine through, and then we'll get those 2 goals. And I think we've reinforced enough defensively where we won't make those silly mistakes. That is what I think. So hopefully we're both right. I don't care.
We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. And in tomorrow's video, we can talk about our reactions and whether or not our predictions were accurate, right?
Oh God!
Yeah, this is something we plan on doing for the whole season. Afro Gooners TV is going to be here.
Oh, I can do you one better.
Really?
And put it right there.
Yeah, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/Afro Gooners TV. I'm not sure that the Afro Gooners TV will be available yet because this is a completely fresh page. So we have to have over 100 subscribers before we can have our name Afro Gooners TV associated with our
So
YouTube.com page.
subscribe,
So
subscribe.
subscribe. Once you
Yeah.
subscribe, we can then have it officially as Afro Gooners TV. But right now, we're starting this page. This is a journey we're beginning. Please start this journey with us. It's going to be an exceptional season. Win or lose, hopefully more win than losing this season.
Yes.
Arsenal Gooners TV will be here with you throughout the journey.
Amen to that. And like my brother said, this is what we do every single day. Like before Arsenal plays, during the game, and after the game, we're talking about Arsenal. We're in church. We're talking about Arsenal. we're texting. The pastor's preaching, and the Lord says, and I'm on my live score. Like, okay, what's the score?
True.
But yeah.
So we're just gonna share this with you, and hopefully you enjoy the process.
Come on the journey. Thank you all so much for listening, and go Gunners, man! Come on, you Gunners!